Buckle up for another episode of Ghost Facers, a supernatural rewatch podcast. My name is Richard, and sitting shotgun, as always, is my brother in podcasting, Reed.
You know what?
What?
Fuck that place. Fuck my boss.
Hey.
What a piece of shit. What an asshole. He doesn't know what it's like to work under the conditions he sets up for me. He is such a distant, horrible, negligent boss that does not understand. He doesn't get it. He's a real asshole. You know what? Even if he begged me at this point to come back, I wouldn't do it.
Hey.
That guy is going to get a piece of my mind. Whoa, what are you celebrating?
I'm your boss.
Oh, shh.
Let's get into this.
Ghost Facers! We face a ghost, when others were not, we're ghosts! Ghost Facers! Stay in the kitchen when the kitchen gets hot! Ghost Facers! We face a nightmare, we face a dread! Ghost Facers! We face a faceless, we face a dead!
Welcome to Ghost Facers. Today we're discussing Season 5, Episode number 18. And we're finally at a point where, this is the point of no return. We have to keep... What? What?
It's the 100th episode. I was trying to do something celebratory.
That was not celebratory. That was disconcerting.
I didn't plan it. That's what happens when I don't plan.
Oh, I'm shocked. I'm shocked that you didn't plan that. That felt so like you had really been planning it. Felt like a lot of time and thought went into that. You're shocking me right now. I don't know.
Let's take it again.
No. We're staying with this. That is the 100th episode celebratory sound. Whoop 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 whoop. Fucking Zoidberg's Ghost Facers.
I regret nothing.
Cool. I don't know what I was expecting. It wasn't that. Are you gonna die? Breathe.
Whoop.
This episode aired April 15th, 2010. It was written by, of course, Jeremy Carver.
Yeah.
And directed by Phil Screecha. Viewed by an estimated 2.45 million viewers.
Not bad. Not bad.
Yeah.
Kind of on our sort of average.
Yeah, this is what we've been doing sort of lately. I'm not surprised with that at all.
Yeah.
But let's watch the promo.
Sure.
Promo.
Swear to God, if the promo also acknowledges the 100th episode,
Whoop, 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 whoop.
the same way, it'd be the best promo ever.
It would vindicate all other promos.
I actually think that's pretty good.
That's a pretty good promo.
That's a pretty good holy shit.
They're
They
like, well, it's
did
the
it.
100th. I guess we should probably watch this show.
A broken marketing department is
right? Twice a day.
Twice a series.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Cass beating up Dean and Cass fighting angels and Zachariah back.
Yeah.
Like, that's a
No
really
major
good,
spoilers.
That's a really good promo.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's not
shit.
bad. All right. Well, let's go to the international title.
Totally thrown the energy off.
I don't know what to do with this. So the point of...
All I've had today is coffee. I've had 5 cups of coffee today.
You've had 5 cups?
Yeah.
It is 10:53. You've had 5 cups already?
Yeah.
How? Why?
Well, I don't know.
You could have said no when I gave you that cup. I just assumed you came in with no coffee. That usually means you haven't had one yet.
Yeah. Well, I didn't have one at the time.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Now I understand where the sound came from. This makes a lot of sense now.
Why is that the sound I made?
This is
Why is that what I started and then I was stuck in it and then I was like, I guess I have to commit or bail, and I committed.
If you wanted to know what the sound of doves crying was, that's it.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
The point of no return, similar to the title of this episode, is the title of the song by Kansas.
Yeah.
The musical group, of course.
Oh, wait, you mean this isn't the song from Don Juan Triumphant from the Phantom of the Opera?
Surprisingly, no.
Past the point of no return, the final threshold.
Hey, nice.
Well, you know, every once in a while.
Hey, look at you.
When I'm not whooping. I've got the whooping cough. Oh, that's what that was. I should have. Fuck.
Wow, what a missed opportunity.
My whole life is a missed opportunity.
It's true. It's a lot of you and I back at my house after a pitch meeting when you go, I should have said this.
That is a thing that infuriates me. Yeah, well, you know.
And I go, no, that's offensive.
Yeah, I miss 100% of the shots I take.
You miss 100% of the shots.
Yeah. Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, my doctor's really trying to get me in. I keep missing my shots.
I've missed 100% of his shots.
Yeah.
I'm very ill.
Oh, yeah, I have to go to the doctor this week.
Cool.
Should we talk about it? Should we, like, let's wax about it?
Well, it's time for the medical segment. Whoop, 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 whoop. Holy shit. God, 5 cups of coffee is what we need. So, the German title for this episode is No Way Back.
Sure.
Yeah.
Kind of like once you crossed the Polish borders, there's no way back. We're committed now.
Sometimes, you have a good idea, and then people take you a little bit seriously about it, and there's no
that's
way back.
what happened.
Yeah. Sometimes you'll just get drunk at the bar and make a wild claim, and suddenly now you run the country.
And the bar happens to be Nuremberg.
Yeah. You make one a suggestive painting, and suddenly people are believers of the things that you would say.
Jesus Christ. Were there any other like weird titles?
Yeah, we got one.
Hungary?
That's right.
Is this like a good weird one, or just like just slightly off?
It's more of just a weird translation.
Right. So it's probably like
it's just clunky.
Yeah, the bridge is out.
No, it's more of just like it's saying the same thing, but it's just the clunkiest way to say it.
Can't change it now.
No, it's from there's no return.
Oh, shit. From there.
Yeah.
It's from over there you could, but not from there. From there, there's no return.
You're saying it's just the point, but like, where is that?
Yeah. There. From there.
Yeah.
No return.
Yeah. You can't just by saying the point. That could be anywhere.
Yeah. This is someone talking about why they didn't get a gift receipt for a thing. Well, from there's no return.
Yeah. Oh, hey. Featured music for this episode. Are you okay?
I'm jittery.
I can tell. It makes a lot of
sense. Stop calling it out. Let's just do this, and I'll be normal about it.
Sure, that's a thing you've said before.
Yes. I will be normal of this.
Listen, wife, stop drawing attention to it, and I'll be normal about it.
Oh, Jesus. I don't even want to know what that means.
I think we all know. Oh. Featured music for this episode, The Man Upstairs by K-Star.
Sure.
That's it.
Cool.
TV Guide describes this episode as Sam and Dean are horrified when they learn of the Angels' new plan, and the brothers take on Zachariah to prevent a war on Earth. Which is like the seasons.
That's all of it. Yeah.
that could be the whole seasons.
But I mean that also does track. This is like very much a like season arc episode.
Absolutely. Well, before we start talking about this episode, why don't we open up Dad's journal? Yeah,
I'm the one who's messing up the energy today.
Time for Dad's journal. Whoop, 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 whoop. Never gonna live that down. What do you got to tell? What's the lore for today's episode?
Yeah, let's see what the lore says about Michael.
Whoa,
baby.
This is the one.
This is the one.
The only time we talk about Michael ever again.
Yeah, so gather close, you pieces of shit.
Oh
We're
my
going to
God.
talk about Michael.
What's up, shitheads?
What's up, shit? Whoop, whoop. Yeah, Michael is an archangel referenced in the Bible and the Quran. He's one of very few angels referenced by name at all within canonical religious texts.
Sure.
Don't believe he was necessarily explicitly mentioned in those texts until Revelation. And in Revelation, he does battle with Satan.
Nice.
But Michael actually first appears by name in, what do they call it? Second verse Jewish text
Same
or
as the
something like
first.
that? Yeah. Sort of like non-Torah text where he's described as chief of all angels and archangels and the caretaker of Israel and the Israelites.
Nice.
In the Quran, it's revealed that the Jews received revelations from Michael, where Muhammad received them from Gabriel. Little fun retcon that the Quran did for Michael there. So Michael is an exceptionally strong angel, chiefly concerned with truth and justice, and responsible for carrying out ultimate justice against Lucifer in the apocalypse. According to the Catholic faith, Michael has like 4 offices. He's the leader of the army of God. He's the angel of death, carrying souls to heaven. He's the judgment of souls, which he weighs on scales.
Man, this guy's got a busy job.
And he's also the patron saint of the chosen people.
Hey, we like that. My people.
Oh, I didn't realize you were doing an accent. In Islam, Michael is said to be responsible for the rain, like the phenomenon, like raining.
Oh, okay.
And he's also the archangel of mercy. He's friendly, and he was the first angel to bow before humanity.
Really?
Yeah. You know, the ultimate,
do what daddy tells you.
the ultimate loyalty to God, basically. It's said that those who call upon Michael for aid receive it immediately.
Wow.
Yeah, this guy's got great response and engagement rate. On Facebook, it says usually within 24 hours. Yeah. His intervention is said to be noticeable, like not necessarily subtle, in the way that you might pray to another angel and just something happens, you go like, I guess that was it. Apparently, Michael's interventions are like, that was definitely...
He's got great branding.
Incredible branding.
Yeah. Fucking stamps it.
Real good awareness.
Yeah,
I would say.
big Mikey did this.
Yeah, it's your boy M-Dog.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got a controversial TikTok account, but you know that when it's him. He's the Andrew Tate of like biblical times.
Oh God, yeah, Michael. Well, I mean, yeah, isn't religion just the ultimate multi-level marketing scheme? Yeah, you're said to receive it immediately. So his interventions being noticeable and bold, with his primary tools being the inspiration of strength and courage, including what I think you might describe as like an adrenal response. You know, because you're supposed to call on him in a crisis, right?
Yeah.
You think of like that kind of like crisis strength people get or resolve or whatever. Like that is attributed to Michael by people that believe. He seems to bolster your resolve. He's often depicted as a soldier carrying a sword, of course, because he's the leader of the army of heaven. He was considered the patron saint of the armies of the church, guiding them to victory over heathens. In some reports, Michael is said to appear in an aura of blue light or of royal purple so bright that it looks blue. And others report hearing Michael's voice clearly and loudly, like an actual voice with words you could
Voila!
Yeah. Is your refrigerator running? Then you'd better catch it. M-Dog out.
Looking for a ball, Zach?
Jesus. So there's a controversial interpretation of Michael that he's connected to Christ.
Sure.
Specifically that he's the pre-incarnate Christ. So he's given the title of prince and said to be a protector of the people of Israel. And somewhere else in the Bible says God is the protector of the people of Israel. So the theory is, if God protects Israel and Michael protects Israel, then they must be one and the same, making Michael Christ. There's also a reference that when Christ returns, he will come with the voice or cry of command of the archangel. And that's in Thessalonians. This seems to be a very weak interpretation. However, there are sects of Christianity that do believe kind of adjacent things. So, Seventh-day Adventists and Jehovah's Witnesses believe that Michael is just one of the many names of Jesus.
Oh.
And the Church of Latter-day Saints believe that Michael...
My name's Jesus, a.k.a. Michael, a.k.a.
Yeah, Slim Shady. The Church of Latter-day Saints believe that Michael is Adam.
Oh, okay.
That they are the same. So there's kind of these interesting, like, alternate readings of it. But yeah, Michael, the archangel of archangels.
Wow.
Yeah, there you go, baby.
Holy shit. We got Big Mikey. I'm excited.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Mikey loves to party. Raph is...
Nice.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
The leader.
Donnie
Leonardo.
does machines, obviously.
Yeah, it's mostly fleshlights.
Yeah. Yeah, Donnie does machines.
Yeah. Well, it's time to start the episode. Whoop, 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 whoop.
You know, when I did it the first time, it was celebratory and fun and interesting.
What am I doing?
And good. And what you're doing is negative of me and
negative
bad to this.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bad to this.
Jesus. Good Lord. Do your fucking whatever comes next. I don't even remember how this goes.
That's right. We start with the then, which is a bunch of Zachariah. I wonder why.
Oh.
Get a whole bunch of Zachy in there.
I don't like that.
We got Mike.
Don't
we
call
got
him
Zachy.
Zachy.
We got Josh. Oh my God, it's just like a boy band. We got Josh. We got Mike. We got Zach.
Yeah, we got the cute one. We got the bad boy. We've got the one in the back who probably writes the songs but doesn't get to sing lead.
Yeah, which one's the old one?
Yeah, there's the old one, and there's the Christian, the repressed Christian.
Oh my God, did you see that TikTok I sent you, which was like, if you have a really cute frontman, then you get two old ones. You get like. You get two weird ones. It's like an old one and then whatever the...
That's a classic Joey Fatone, Chris Kirkpatrick
situation.
Exactly.
Yes,
but that's because they had two pretty ones in NSYNC. They had JT and JC Chazé.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. There's two hot guys. You gotta
and Lance. They actually had three cute ones.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was too hot. Too hot to handle.
That group was never made to last. It burned too bright.
Yeah, it's true. Backstreet Boys is forever.
Backstreet Boys is permanent.
Yeah. And Sync was just it was too hot.
Flash in the pan.
It was an Icarus.
Yeah. NSYNC was like your camp boyfriend. Backstreet Boys is your husband.
That's your childhood friend that you marry.
Yeah. That's beautiful, man.
Because it's weird to both have a husband and a camp boyfriend. I think it's probably better to stick it around childhood stuff because that's weird.
Right. I just meant like...
No, I know what you meant, but when you put it together... Let's get into today's episode.
Jesus.
We begin with the now in a bar. Stuart puts some coins into a jukebox, and a cheerful old tune from the 50s starts playing.
Sure.
He sits down at the bar and takes a slug of whiskey, commiserating with the guy beside him. Let me guess. Pink slip?
Yeah.
That obvious, huh? Says the other guy. That guy?
Why are you're being more coy than the episode? We've already seen his face by now.
That guy, Angel Zachariah.
Yeah.
I'm coy. I don't know. Who knows what I'm going to say next?
I mean, that's true.
Stuart sympathizes with Zachariah's complaint about not being able to get the one yes to close.
I do like this like ongoing motif of business and capitalism for Zachariah, where he's like, they don't have boots on the ground. They don't know what it's like. They just want results. The people upstairs.
It's awesome because it's not like Like they definitely lean into that in the next few seasons a bit more. Like you really get to see behind.
There is more and more of a bureaucracy of heaven,
which I really like. I think that it's like, okay, there's a certain level you get to in heaven where it's very bureaucratic. Like at the end of the day, Castiel is a soldier and is acting as such.
Yes,
and that's most of heaven that we get to see. And then you get to see like enforcers and stuff. But like Zachariah and everybody surrounding him, you don't really get to see anything but him.
Yeah.
And so once you get to the future seasons, we actually start getting to see that lower level management and that kind of stuff. And I think that's when you'll see more of that. But I think there's just one slice of heaven that's very corporate, and I think it's very interesting to like balance those two things where it's like, it's like the deal of the century. Like I had an easy yes. Like, I couldn't close the deal.
Well, and it goes back to the last time we saw him where he's like, I was employee of the month.
Yeah. You know, I love that. Because it sounds like it's like he's being facetious, but it's like, no. I actually think it's true. Like, I actually think it's like that.
Yeah, totally. And all the way back to the first time we meet him, everything about him has been set up as
because also
kind of like the corporate motif. When we first meet him in that Is a Terrible Life.
Yeah,
whatever, right?
But it's also like it's reflective, right? Like heaven's always reflective, like as it is in earth, so it is in heaven, right? Like
that's an interesting take too. Yeah,
so it is. Right. Like it's even
interesting.
That way. Yeah. So as they continue to chat, the building begins to shake. Stuart at first thinks it's an earthquake, but Zachariah, I love his like tonality through it. He's like, nah, it's my boss.
It's my boss. Yeah, we get the sound, we get the light. Both the bartender and this other guy have their like eyes burned out and shit again. And Zachariah's like looking up and he's like, just get it over with. And he's like, wait, what? Huh? Yes, of course. Put me back in. You won't regret it. I could do this. Thank you. Everything like has been shattered, like windows and stuff. He takes the piece of glass out of his glass. He finishes his drink and he goes, whatever he says, like back at it, boys. And
it's so and he starts polishing off his drink. I love it. He acts as if nothing had happened.
Yeah. He's just like, let's just ignore everything I just said. It's all good.
And then, but also like not like this destruction and death is surrounding him, and he's just like. I love it because he finishes a drink and starts singing When the Saints Come Marching In. And I fucking love that.
The thing we should mention, too, is that while he's commiserating with the other guy, a couple of times he says, like, he's like, they don't know what it's like. I've been down here in the muck with you filthy humans. And the guy's like, yeah. He's like, wait, what? And then he's like, how long have I worked for? They're like 5-6 millennia? And then the guy's like, feels like it, doesn't it? Like, there's a couple of little, like, slipping of the actual truth in there, but it's very fun. It's a good scene. Again, Kurt Fuller just fucking incredible.
Yes, he owns this episode.
Yeah.
And that is the end of that scene.
Yeah.
I mean, he walks out of the bar smugly. I love it. So good.
Yeah.
So elsewhere in a motel,
we cut to sad piano music and
Dean's cracking open a bottle of whiskey.
He's like packing up his coat. And like shit, he's like
keys to the Impala,
getting his affairs in order, which is like sadly easy.
Yeah, it's really like his jacket, the Impala, his Colts,
and the 4 things I own.
And he finishes writing a letter and puts it in a box and addresses it.
Yeah,
not to Bobby.
No,
he addresses it to Robert Singer.
Yeah,
which is interesting. So, a few things to note about this moment. So, the number of Dean's hotel room is 100.
Yes.
100th episode.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh my God. What is that sound? It's like the perfect way to celebrate 100.
It's so celebratory.
Yeah. And not disconcerting at all. So, Dean's letter reads, Sam and Bobby, given what's about to happen, I'll be surprised if this package ever finds you. But if it does, I want you both to know that what I'm doing isn't about giving up. John taught us better than that. This is about time. It's weird that he wrote John and not Dad.
Yeah.
This is about time. We've run out of it. Left the Impala in Cicero, where I'm going. We don't need roads. I know you'll. Oh, where I'm going, we don't need roads. Cute.
It's like odd emphasis.
Yeah. I
left it in Cicero, where I'm going. We don't need roads.
I'm reading this for the first time.
Jesus, good Lord.
I know you'll look at after her for me. Bobby, you've taken more for the team than anyone could ever ask. That makes you an honorary Winchester in my book. Weird way to write that.
Yeah.
This is the letter.
Yeah, bad letter.
It feels
you can really see how the moving around constantly affected Dean's education.
It also feels like Jensen wrote this, like trying to be Dean.
Well, I mean, it does feel like you're reading a prop.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not actually like written in worlds that well.
Yes.
It's written like the way an actor is like, what is my motivation?
Yes.
It's written like a prop. Yeah.
Sam, you told me once that you pray every day. Not sure if that's still true. Probably isn't, but if it is, give it one last try for me. And Sammy, one Winchester lost to this fight is enough. When it's over, ... That's all that we got to read.
Right.
Yeah. It is a very weird written letter.
Yeah, I think I would have been better off not knowing that. Actually kind of feels like now I don't like it as much. Yeah.
Also, when Dean is packing all of his possessions in a cardboard box, he dresses it to Robert Singer, which is from the show rather than Bobby.
Yes.
Right? So,
well, presumably.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Or just kind of perfectly like sums up that letter.
Yeah.
To Robert Singer.
Yeah.
As he pours another drink, a voice says, "Sending someone a candygram."
Yeah.
Startled, Dean turns to find Sam standing in an open doorway.
And he goes, "You think I couldn't find you?" And Dean goes, and we just kind of take that all for granted, basically.
He's like, "How's Lisa doing anyways?"
Yeah.
Ooh. Sam says he can't believe that after everything, Dean could just let it end by walking out like this.
Yeah.
Dean deflects by shouting that all Sam's ever done is run away, which is like, whoa.
Jesus.
Sam acknowledges this, but admits here's the thing, and I'll say about this entire episode. Sam is the most level-headed he's ever been in the entire series.
Sam is remarkably
like,
I mean,
he's so
Sam can be level-headed, but
like,
he has to hold it down so much in this episode because everyone else is at an 11.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I've had relationships with people where it's like there's always a balance. Like when one person freaks out, the other person calms down, and I think
and that's normal. Yeah,
it's crazy to watch him be like, absolutely, you're. It's like when you get in an argument with somebody and they're like, I totally hear what you're saying.
Well, because he's doing that thing where like he doesn't want Dean to bolt.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, sure, but like he's
you're absolutely right to feel that way.
Yeah.
And it's just like, no, I want to like argue so that I can do the thing that I want.
It's not going to end in a punch because he's being too reasonable.
Exactly. Yeah. He begs Dean to reconsider once more, adding that Bobby is working on something. But Sam doesn't really know what that thing is.
Yeah.
And so Dean's just like, you've got nothing.
Yeah.
And Sam knows it. Sam says he's going to have to stop him.
Yeah.
And Dean puts his drink down.
Yeah. And Dean's like, you're not hopped up on demon blood this time.
Yeah. Like, do you think you barely won that fight then? What do you think is going to happen now?
Yeah.
And Sam says that this time he's got help.
Yeah.
That's when Castiel appears and touches him in the forehead, whisking him back to Bobby's place.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I love that moment. It's such a good.
It's very good, yeah.
It feels like the reverse of Sam's like blood addiction. That's what it feels like.
Yeah. We had blood addiction.
I was waiting.
It's me, Grave Navarro.
At Bobby's, Dean paces like a caged animal inside. Of course.
Yeah. He's being a real like shithead about it too.
Oh yeah.
Like he's like, "Oh yeah, we haven't like figured out any other way to deal with this, but tonight that's when the magic's going to happen. I can feel it." He's being like a real piece of shit.
I love
and Bobby's like, "How about you fucking simmer down because like the rest of us are trying to make this work so you don't have to go sacrifice yourself. So a little gratitude, maybe."
Dean says that it's easy for Bobby to say, but if Lucifer burns the whole world down and he could have done something about it, it'll all fall on him.
Yeah.
Bobby yells that you can't give up.
Yep. And Dean's like, why not? Or whatever.
He's also like, you're not my father.
Yeah, which is like, come on, Dean.
You know what you're doing when you say that.
Yeah, that is be deliberately cruel or whatever. And then Bobby has this really good kind of monologue where he's like, I got this gun with a bullet in it. Every day I wake up and I think about whether or not today's the day that I do it. And I don't do it because I fucking promised you I wouldn't. He's like yelling at this point. He's like,
so
I fucking told you I wouldn't do that. So how about you shut the fuck up because we're trying to help you, you selfish piece of shit.
Yeah.
And Jim Beaver like crushing that moment.
Incredible.
Really, really good performance.
Absolutely.
You know, it's not like hand wringy. It's not. He's not like weeping or anything. But it is like, it's like we don't have time for your bullshit, sad sack kind of thing. We're working to help you. You have to help you too.
But suddenly he gasps. Something's happening. Dean asks where, but he is whooshed away.
Sorry, Cass.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah, Cass is like, oh, something's wrong, and he goes away. Yeah.
Castiel touches down in a forest and approaches an area of felled trees where something seemed to have been emerging from the ground.
Yes, yeah.
He reaches down and suddenly is attacked by some wielding an angel blade.
Yeah, Dos Angelos. Or Dos Angelos, I guess.
Okay. One of these is Jensen Ackles' stunt double.
Oh, okay, interesting. Very fun.
They struggle, but Cass manages to take them both out.
I mean, a really good fight.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little over edited for my liking. Because they're all kind of close shots, but like a good fight, and we get that kind of Winter Soldier thing of like dropping a blade and you know, catching it and stabbing like that kind of shit. I fucking love, which I'm into. Yeah, and he takes out these two angels like a badass. It goes back to the ground, and this hand pops out, and Cass pulls a person out of the ground and back to Bobby's.
And who is it?
And he puts
well, Bobby's down. Even like, who is this guy?
Everyone runs to the room. Bobby's like, who is this? And the boys go, that's our brother. And it's Adam.
That's right. Holy
like
shit.
The Adam.
Who died.
Not the fucking ghoul.
Yeah, no. And he's like, he died.
Oh, yeah, because the ghoul killed him.
Yeah. Castiel doesn't know why the angels have raised him, but knows for sure that they need to hide him immediately.
Yes, yeah.
He touches Adam and carves the Enochian sigils into his ribs.
Yeah.
But
that kind of wakes Adam up. He's like, hey, up.
Yeah. Just as Sam starts to give their names, because again, this guy's never met them.
Yes.
Like he that was a ghoul, so like this is again the first time they're meeting their brother, and what a weird fucking way to meet him.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Like us as the audience go, oh, it's Adam again, but you go like, there is no again. This is a first meeting, and I think it's really jarring because we meet this Adam, and he's not like the one that was presented to us, which was the ghoul being all like kind of friendly and saccharine, and that this Adam. I mean, you pointed this out when we were rewatching this. Is like Adam is a bit like both of them,
just without the like,
but kind of without like having grown up with like a network.
And,
so he's a little more like kind of mean because he only has himself.
Yeah, he wasn't taught to like to try to save people.
Yeah,
he wasn't like given this like. I mean, here's the thing. I mean, it's a thing that I always noticed when like you have like, especially growing up, when there's like the kid who's like travel a bunch. Yeah, and then there's like all the kids who've only ever lived in their town, and it's always like. Yeah, it's like you feel like the guys are a bit more cultured. Like, like he's just kind of shitty, and Adam interrupts them.
Yeah, I mean, God, calling 17 cultured is such like a. I mean, it's all relative.
Yeah. And only cultured to America, but
well, the only culture there is.
Yeah. Adam interrupts him by saying that he knew who they were since the angels gave them his names.
Yeah.
So now we immediately start off with this like, oh, like this is not like we're not starting off by basically like having to like describe who they are to like he's already like aware of who they are.
Yes.
And before he like was raised, he was clearly like updated on all of this.
Yeah.
Which I think is really interesting.
Yeah, like his soul was briefed before they brought him back. Before the angels brought him back. Yeah.
And he yells, now where the hell is Zachariah?
Yeah.
Crazy. So it's like, oh, is he on the angel's side? Like, our brother? Yeah. After he's cleaned up, the boys asks Adam what he remembers, and he just said, he describes as heaven. It was like prom, and he was making out with Kristen McGee. And Dean asks if he got to third base.
Classic Dean.
And then he says, some angels popped out of nowhere and told him that he was chosen to save the world.
Yeah.
When Dean asks how he's meant to do that, he says, some archangel, we're going to kill the devil.
Yeah. And...
Oh, my God.
And...
Wow. How is this food?
And...
How is this food?
Just wait. Just wait.
Is this angel food cake or some bullshit? I'm so glad this is so prepared.
Sam, you are gonna finish your dessert, and you are gonna like it.
Oh my God. Oh my
It's
God.
the supernatural sandwich segment.
Jesus Christ. SpongeBob and metal?
It's the supernatural sandwich segment.
How is this food?
Substitutions. Do you have...
Oh my God.
you
All
know,
right.
We all know that there's a regular way to make certain kinds of sandwiches. Do you have a particular like ingredient substitution you kind of always do? I'm going to throw one out there.
Uh-huh.
Given the opportunity, I will sub out like a regular relish for like a corn relish or something like that. I always will prefer that. So for hot dogs on a sandwich that like where you normally put relish, I'll sub in a corn relish, and that's like my kind of like ideal substitution. Do you have one?
A corn relish, huh?
Yeah. I love it. I mean it's still sweet, but there's usually it's got like a little deeper flavor than just like a regular green relish does.
Also, like, I never use relish. I don't like relish.
I don't often, but certainly like if I go to someone's house for a barbecue or something, if there's like a different relish option, as usually it defaults to corn or something like that, I'll always pick it over the regular one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I don't know. I'm looking for something a little more interesting or whatever.
Yeah, you really like make a big deal about it too. You like really sit in it.
Corn relish.
Yeah, you really relish the moment.
Yeah.
So you like to make fun of me because I make substitutions.
I like to make fun of you because you make the lives of like minimum wage paid service workers difficult.
I make it as easy as I possibly can.
I mean, that would be just ordering off the menu.
No, because
that would be the easiest.
If anything, I order less ingredients. So when I have for our Canadian listeners, I and for people who are aware of it, I go to Tim Hortons a lot.
Yeah.
And I order breakfast there often, and like any other sort of like fast food place, they have like a breakfast sandwichy sort of options. Right. And what I will do is, so a big, I can't really stomach gluten well, and so I can't eat large amounts because that really fucks with me, but like a little bit is okay. But if I can avoid it, why don't I? So I just like don't order. I don't have gluten stuff in the house. When I go to restaurants, if it's something I really want, I don't like. I wouldn't if I know that there's an option, I will make it. If I'm not aware of it, I won't be overly complicated about it. Like I don't go to any restaurant and start making demands, but if there's an option, I will do it. And so at this breakfast place, I realized that I was like, oh, they have hash browns.
Right.
And they have these breakfast sandwiches. I'm like, I like the breakfast sandwiches, but I don't want the bread. And I was like, if I use the hash brown as bread, then I could eat it and not have to worry about it. And so all I ask for is and I found out the way that they order it, so I make it really easy on them. I ask them for an a la carte breakfast because that's how it is in their system, and I basically just ask for loose ingredients. So I ask for an egg, a sausage patty, and then a hash brown, and I'm like, however they pack it does not matter to me. And so they often will just like put it in like a soup cup or something with the egg and the sausage, and then they have like a little sleeve with the hash brown, and I assemble the whole thing myself. I don't make them do it. I just when I receive it, and then I break that hash brown in half, put it on either side of the sausage and egg, and I eat it like a sandwich. Very simple. It's probably less work, I think, for them.
I can always see them like sweating. Like if we fuck this up, he will grab your arm.
Just
because
they're shaking as they give me
Yeah,
the bag.
they all look like blink twice if you're okay.
I also don't do it with you in the car because I know that you'll make a fucking meal of it.
Yeah, because you're being a fucking Karen about it.
I am not. I never complain. I just ask for a simple thing.
You always pull up and say, "Ugh, why isn't this just a regular option?"
I do
Fine,
not
I'll do it
that.
this way. A la carte, I guess.
And for my coffee, I asked once if they have alternate milks besides regular milk. They said yes, so that is on them for making that as an option.
Well, they had to because you kept calling it bomb threats. They're
So
like, I guess it's cheaper for us to just have oat milk rather than constantly having to shut down the building while the cops search it.
Unfortunately, they don't have oat milk. They only have almond milk.
Uh-oh. Better call the cops.
So I have to order with almond milk, even though I prefer oat milk. But so that's a substitution I make. Often if there is a gluten-free option, I'll ask, and if they don't, I'll just eat it and it's fine.
Yeah.
But if they've got the option,
that's not true. You'll kind of bitch and complain.
Most of the time I won't have cheese.
You're one of those people that like looks at their name tag and goes, "Oh, thank you, Nancy. I'll remember that."
What's the owner's like phone number?
Yeah.
I'll often remove the cheese from things.
I've got a cheese substitution I do.
Huh.
With a
Who's
sandwich.
a prissy bitch now.
Well, I wouldn't do it at Tim Hortons. That's about speed and stuff. I just ask for no cheese because that's easier. But at like a sandwich shop or something, if like a certain type of thing typically comes with any other kind of cheese, I will almost always sub it for Swiss.
Because you can't. It's because it just comes hard usually, unless it's a melted sandwich.
But even then, it doesn't like string as much.
Sure.
And I just like the flavor of it, especially when you're talking about like your base level cheeses you get at like anywhere.
Sure.
There's your cheddar, your mozzarella, whatever. I usually like that one the best. So if a thing is like, usually it's like a barbecue cheddar thing, I'll just get Swiss instead. That's a real typical sandwich substitution for me, is Swiss cheese in lieu of another cheese.
Sure. A thing that I'll do often at like McDonald's is I don't really like their pickles. I find them a bit sweet. I don't like a sweet pickle. And I don't like ketchup. And so
right.
I ask for no ketchup, no pickles, and then what I'll do is a substitution is I'll ask for extra mayo.
Right.
Because I find that like unless you're ordering it from Burger King, which does a great job with mayo, they never put enough.
But you're eating at Burger King, so
Burger King's great.
Burger King sucks shit.
BK's back. BK's back. Great. I love Burger King. The Whopper is one of the best burgers in fast food. Absolutely.
Burger King, more like turder thing. Nailed it. Got him. Boom. Burn.
So yeah, often I'll switch out ketchup if I can. Though oddly with the Whopper I won't switch out anything. I think that's like a perfect burger, and so I'll leave it as is.
It's a perfect burger if you want to hate yourself. I hate Burger King.
Yeah, it's
Burger
great.
King is the shittiest fast food I've ever had in my life.
The chicken sandwich, that long chicken sandwich, is the best.
I have never had worse fast food than Burger King.
It's back. It's better now. It's good.
So I can't trust again. Not like this. Not like this.
But yeah, I think those are probably the big substitutions that I make for the most part.
Nice.
Everything else is just like things on the side that I'll get. Oh, also, yeah, if there's like for breakfast, if there's like toast,
oh sure,
I'll often ask for no toast and ask for extra hash browns.
Right.
They
go, I'm not really authorized for that, sir. You go, you better fucking make it happen for me. Do you know who I am? I'm the guy that calls in the bomb threats.
No, I don't do that. Yeah.
All right. Substitutions. That was the Supernatural Sandwich segment. We have an outro.
Thank God.
A dedicated outro.
Fucking right. Thank God.
It's as long as the intro was.
That's fine, as long as it's different.
Won't play an outro because you keep fucking whining like a baby.
Yeah. Well, make an outro and then we can get one.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
Yes! God, this is the whitest we've ever been. That was the sandwich segment. That is perfect. perfect.
I think we might have a permanent outro.
That is perfect.
That's so good. It's a permanent one. Both of those from our friend Yo Crow. Thank you again.
I've never been more proud.
Yeah, there you go.
I have no notes.
No notes.
Yeah, I've got no notes.
Well, there you go.
I really had to search my soul for that one.
That was it.
Wow. I might like the sandwich segment.
Well, you've only got a few more episodes. I won't do it after season 5.
That's like Supernatural Theater. It gets one season and that's it.
I mean, I think that one got 1 episode.
There was 2. Dean asks which archangel, and he names Michael. He's like, I'm the sword or the vessel or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Which, like, it's got to be so frustrating for these guys who've been fighting this thing for so long, and some comes up, like, so dismissively. Like, I don't know. Like,
well, I mean, and it is frustrating. I mean, in this conversation, he says, Michael said that, like, we're going to team up. We're going to kill the devil. And Sam is like, what the fuck is this, Cass? All this bullshit about destiny and shit? Like, what? And they just have a plan B, and Cass is like, I don't know. This doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
You know, don't look at me. And both Sam and Dean are like, huh?
Exactly. And he adds that maybe the angels wrongly assumed Dean would be brave enough to withstand them.
Yeah, I mean, Cass is pretty salty.
It's great Cass episode. Dean shoots a rude suggestion back at him, and they scowl at each other. Sam can't believe that after all of the angels talk about destiny, uninterested in the conversation and family reunion, Adam rises to leave and immediately is made aware that he is not free to go.
Yeah, well, I mean, Sam is, again, being very level-headed. He's like, please just hear us out. Like, he's not, like, restraining him. He's just like, please, I know you don't know me, but please just, like, listen.
Also, I'm gigantic and he's very strong.
Yeah. Just put your hands on my chest. You'll feel how big I am.
Put your hands on my body and you'll feel how big I am.
Oh no. Yeah, and then and Sam is like you can't trust angels. And
I mean,
Adam,
to hear that is like
Adam's like, I do trust them because they're angels.
Yeah.
And
he's like, I was in heaven where it was great,
they're
and then
lying
angels
to
came.
you, blah blah blah, they're dicks, whatever. And he's like, we're working on another way. And he's like, yeah, what do you got? And Dean has a very sarcastic,
oh my
right
God.
now we're working on the power of love. And Adam's like, how's that going for you? And Dean goes, not good.
It's actually a very funny, like, bitchy move.
It's almost Dean is being a bitch, but also, like, it's a kind of a sad moment because you realize, like, Adam and Dean, like, maybe could have gotten along in different circumstances. They're
very similar,
They're very direct. They're very, like, being snippy and stuff.
Sarcastic and kind of
funny.
It's
a little sad in this way that you see both the Sam and the Dean in Adam through this episode. And
Sam realizes that Adam doesn't even know him and begs that if he could just give him some time to figure out a plan. But so he actually used the line, "You don't know me from a hole in the wall."
Yeah.
Which is ironic because the actual line usually is, "You don't know me from Adam."
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I've heard the hole in the wall one a lot. You don't know me from a hole in the wall.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's usually like once I'm through with the glory hole.
Yeah.
You don't know me from a hole in the wall.
And you don't know me because I'm usually behind the hole in the wall.
And that's by design.
Yeah. Adam asks for one good reason.
I'm not a glory hole. Just going to throw that out there. That was just for the joke.
Sure. Adam asks.
More like a hoary hole.
I don't think it needs more.
Yeah, it was last episode. I can't do it this week too.
Yeah, don't. Now it's just offensive.
Shit.
Adam asks for one good reason why he should, and Sam responds,
"Give me one reason to stay here,
and I'll turn my back around." Sam says, "Because we're blood," and he goes,
"Baby, I got your number."
You good?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Adam says that he has no right to say that to him. He declares that John Winchester was just a guy who took him out to a baseball game once a year, which is, again, very different from the last time we saw
know,
him.
And it's so sad. You'd be like, oh, like, yeah.
Because, it seemed
the other one was like, yeah, he comes once a year. I understand, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, it fucking sucks. My mom had to work a night shift. I had to make my own dinner, put myself to bed.
Yep.
Like John Winchester,
It's just a guy.
like
Yeah.
is just a dude, and if anything, he kind of ruined my life
Yeah, because now it's like I only got a dad whenever he decides to show
when
up.
it was convenient for
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
It's bullshit. Yeah,
He says they may be blood, but his mother is his only family.
Yeah.
And if he does his job, he's gonna get to see her again.
yeah,
apparently.
that's what the
the angels have promised.
angels
him.
have promised, because we've already established that heavens are individual. So
Yeah.
I think the idea is that it's not his heaven wouldn't
Get to
just
see
include
her,
like an
yeah.
illusion of her. It'd be like
Yeah.
they would be together in heaven. It's one of those exceptions that Joshua talked about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But he's like, she's the only one to give a rat's ass about, not them. Sam again says, fair enough.
Yeah.
But begs that if he just has one good memory of their father, please give them more time.
Yeah.
Later, Bobby is busy doing research, and the boys are not around, and Adam sees an opportunity to head out.
Yeah, and he tries. And it doesn't get very far.
No, Sam's busts him before he reaches the door, and Adam just says he's going out for a beer.
And Sam's like, "Oh, great. Well, we have some in here."
Yeah, and he's like, I see past your like dewy-eyed bromance pitch. Again, very Dean of him.
I know. So Dean.
And he knows he's actually on lockdown. Sam
Even
gives
just
him a
the
beer.
words like saying on lockdown and that, like, oh, it's such a Dean.
Yeah. Sam gives him a beer either way and tells him whether or not he believes it, their dad was trying to protect him from all of this.
Yes.
Adam says the monster that ate him obviously didn't get that memo.
Yeah. Yeah, and then he talks about like remembering the ghoul and all of
Yeah.
that shit. It's like pretty fucked up, actually.
Sam tries to tell Adam that the one thing that's worse than seeing John once a year was seeing him all year, and Adam says that's that he's full of shit.
Yeah, that's bullshit. Yeah.
His world was just him and his mom. She worked the graveyard shift.
Oh, sorry, I
Yeah.
preempted it. Yeah, this is where he talks
and he made
about
his
that.
own dinner. He's like, you can say whatever you want about our dad, but the truth is, I would have taken anything.
Sure.
Sam wishes he could change the past if they'd known he existed, and he offers the idea for going forward, but Adam says he's like we're not gonna all hop into the family truckster and head out to Wally World,
Yeah.
which is National Lampoon's Family Vacation
Yes.
movie from the 70s.
Yes.
Sam's hurt, but he says with an attitude like that, you're gonna fit in right here, which is true.
Again, Sam is just all bullseyes this episode. Everything he's doing, he's saying the exact right things. He's doing the exact right tack, and he has the exact right thing to say.
It's too late. Yeah.
But it's too late. Yeah.
Sam needs to talk to Dean, currently residing in Bobby's panic room, which is being guarded by Castiel.
Yeah, they're keeping him down there so he can't run off to self-sacrifice.
Yeah. Sam asks Cass to keep an eye on Adam, and he obliges, but only after he and Dean have another rude suggested scowl exchange.
Yeah.
Castiel angrily slams the door. Dean's like, is this necessary? But they're basically now faced with the prospect of Adam taking the Michael bullet for him. Dean is steadfast in his refusal to let him do that, and Sam is in total agreement, but makes it clear to Dean that he is not letting him do it either.
Yeah, Dean is like, we can't let this kid get used by the angels. And Sam's like, agreed. We also won't let you.
Yes.
And Dean's like, well...
And Dean's overwhelmed with
They're
the
still not on the same page.
Yeah, he's like he's overwhelmed by the list of people that he's believed they've gotten killed. He's like their mom, their dad,
Joe,
Jess,
Ellen.
Ellen, like Adam will not be among them. Sam points out that they did not directly cause their deaths, but he's like, we basically did.
Yeah, I mean, it's small comfort. You know?
Yeah. Sam doesn't understand why Dean can't stop sacrificing himself for once so that they can stick together and keep fighting.
Yeah.
And Dean basically says, he's like, I don't know whether it's going to be the demon blood or some other demon chick or what, but I do know they're going to find a way to turn you.
Yeah, because Dean says he doesn't believe, and then Sam says, in what? And Dean says, in you.
Oh,
Jesus. So first the shit with Bobby saying you're not my father, and then this shit to Sam. Like, Dean's doing it on purpose. He's trying to, if we break up now, it's better for you guys.
Yeah.
Maybe you won't care so much when I go and do this thing. And
crazy.
Yeah.
Sam goes back upstairs where Bobby and Cass are watching Adam. He asks how he's doing. Sam, still teary-eyed. A great performance.
Yeah.
This
is a great Jared episode.
It's true.
One of his best.
everybody I think is just completely shaken at this point, and
Yeah.
Castiel decides to check on Dean, and soon becomes concerned about how silent it's gotten in the panic room.
Yeah.
He peeks in and sees a chair that's fallen. He goes inside. Dean darts out of his hiding place and activates the Enochian sigil, banishing blood spell. And he's prepared, and Castiel disappears with a flash and a scream.
Yeah. So Dean escapes.
Yeah. He's out and away through the cellar doors.
And then Sam has to go try to find him. And he tells Bobby, like, keep an eye on Adam. Bobby's like, what am I supposed to do?
I'm in a wheelchair.
He's like, and Sam's just like, just keep an eye on him, please. Do anything. And he's like, fine. And Sam has to go out after Dean.
Yeah. But Adam is now sleeping and in a dream.
Yes.
He's in a park.
It's a park. Again, the park metaphor is always with the angels.
Yeah.
It's far from the last time we see it, too.
Yeah.
There's a constant sort of association of that. So
Exactly.
he's sitting on a bench, and Zachariah comes and sits with him.
It says, tells Adam she's not coming, not yet. He's talking about his mom.
Yeah.
Adam realizes his identity, and the latter tells Adam that he wasn't where he was supposed to be. He's irritated that the warding has kept Adam out of his sight.
Yeah, he's like, you're with the Winchesters, aren't you?
He's like, yep.
Yep.
And he's like, Zachariah tries to convince Adam that he can't trust them, that Sam and Dean are psychotically, irrationally, erotically codependent.
It's such a
on each other,
great line,
but also erotically.
I know. I mean, like, but it's, you know, we use the word erotically in a very specific, but like erotically has a slightly broader
Sure.
Definition, but like it's also kind of like we've seen your fan sites. Like it's one of those like the winks the show does outward to the fans or whatever.
Adam says that by stating that Sam and Dean said a few things to him too, because again, he's still like he is a Winchester.
Adam is not stupid.
Yeah,
he is like I generally believe in the angels, but like these guys are like I know they don't think they're lying.
Yes.
So that it's something has happened.
And Zachariah starts getting pissed, and he's like, they're not going to care about you.
Yeah.
He's like, they're just going to save each other. That's all they ever do. They're not your family, understand? And he says, now, do you want to see your mama or not?
Yeah.
Which, I mean, like, fuck, you can't compete with that. Like, I get it. Like, in town now, we see a street preacher bellowing warnings of the looming apocalypse.
Yeah, Dean just this guy is like, the angels have told me, blah, 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 or something.
Yeah, if you've been in a big city, you maybe have seen guys like these.
Dean just walks up and goes, I'm Dean Winchester. And the guy goes, oh my God.
Well, he goes, do you know who I am?
Yeah.
And that's when the guy freaks out. And
he
goes,
goes,
all right.
like, oh God. And he's like, great. Tell your boys I'm here. I'm ready to talk or whatever. And then we get, just off screen, we got, you pray too loud. And
fucking so
Cass
bad.
knocks the guy out, and this scene is amazing. He takes Dean into an alley and starts beating the shit out of him, and we get like, I rebelled for this. He's like punching him, and he's like, I gave up everything, and this weak shit is what you're giving me.
The fight that launched a billion fanfics. They get so close to each other.
Well, but also it's a like. He says, like, I gave up everything for you.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
so hot.
It's not necessarily sexy, but but the tension of it is the level of, like, care and trust and whatever that's been poured into that relationship so far. Since we've met Cass, right? And Cass is, like, rightfully pissed, and he's beating the ever-loving shit out. And Dean is going like, please, like Dean is like begging, and because like he's fighting an angel, it's not going well.
Yeah.
And at one, Cass has his fist closed, and Dean's like, do it, and Cass opens.
Well, because he pulls his hand down, and we know that underneath that sleeve is the angel blade. And I think that's what I assumed, because when he opens up his palm, I thought he was going to drop the blade.
Oh yeah, no, I just read it as just like the literal like, are you going to beat him to death?
Yeah.
Or are you gonna stop? But yeah, Cass opens his hand and he goes, like, no, and he brings Dean back to Bobby's place.
That's right.
Yeah.
Back at Bobby's place, Sam is fuming after having returned to find Adam has vanished from right in front of Bobby's eyes.
Yeah, Dean's like, he's gone. And Sam's like, what do you mean? And Bobby's response is, do you want me to say it in Spanish? I fucking love Bobby so much.
It's very good. They wonder how, since his ribs have been branded, but Castiel deduces that Adam must have tipped them off.
Well, yeah, Bobby says he was here, and then he vanished into thin air. And then we hear Cass say, the angels must have come and get him. Now, I want to just take a little pause here.
Sure.
The Enochian sigil thing, that's been the getaway all season about why the angels haven't just abducted Dean or why they aren't finding them.
Yeah.
But Enochian sigils or no, the angels must know
where Bobby's place is.
You know, like, that's not a hideout.
No.
You know, like, it's just, that's basically their house, essentially. Yes. So the idea that, like, they never bother to just post an angel up to be like,
is he here?
Or to be like, hey, that Cass is on the run. We should at least get him. Like, no one is like, there's activity at Bobby's place.
I would just love to have seen, like, in the window behind where they're having a scene, just like some, like, out the window and some, like, eyes. Like,
it feels like we should have had just a moment earlier in the season where Cass does to Bobby's place what he's done to their ribs. And then we go,
can't see inside.
They might know that they're there, but they can't do much about it or whatever. But doesn't it
is
feel
a little clunky.
Doesn't it feel a little bit like you couldn't have scoped this out?
Yes.
Of all things,
it seems like
scope that out. Scope out their house in Lawrence in case they go back. Like a couple of key sites.
Yeah.
And just be like, if you see them drive up, which, you know, they're not invisible to angels. They just can't be tracked, right?
Yes. That's very funny.
I did think about that here. It's like, wait, so the angels got into the house, but then they didn't just like wait and then take Dean when he comes back. You know what I mean?
It is a little bit clunky.
It's a little.
Sam asks where would they have taken him then, and that's when we go to.
And Cass kind of has like a realization, and then we smash cut to that room, like the holding room where we saw Dean,
the green room.
Yeah, last year. And, you know, the big thing of beers, the plate of burgers is there, which is funny because that room was supposed to be, like, crafted for Dean.
But it works.
So the idea that it also works for Adam is, again, like, they would have gotten along so good.
It's true. So there's a painting on the wall.
Right.
It's called The Swing by like John Honor Fragonard.
Yeah, I got to imagine that's how it's pronounced.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
This painting is about deception. It shows a husband pushing a wife on a swing while he looks for her lover hiding in the bushes, looking up her skirt.
Oh.
Yeah. This echoes Zachariah's actions in pretending that he wants Adam when he actually is
you're saying it's like
Dean.
the earliest version of the like guy walking with his girlfriend meme?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Tale as old as time. It's just like the meme.
Wow. That was worth it.
Hey, it's the 100th episode. I'm pulling out all the stops. We had an outro. I did that. Both the stops. I pulled them out.
Both things.
All two stops have been pulled.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Adam asks when they get down to business.
To defeat the Huns.
Let's get down to business. You are fucking unhinged today. But Zachariah informs him that his services are no longer required.
Yeah. And he's again the business talk. He's like, afraid to inform you we've had to terminate your position. And he's like, what? And he's like, you're not so much the chosen vessel as you are
a clammy scrap of bait.
Clammy scrap of bait. Essentially, we learned that they've raised Adam he says, like, Sam and Dean got one blind spot, and it's family.
Yeah.
They're going to come. They're going to be here, and that's right where I need them to be. And then we get Dean, who's the one that we want. He goes, hey, you're actually, you're related to the guy we want. That's not bad, huh?
Yeah.
And he says, like, you still get your severance. You'll still get to see your mom. Just, like, sit here and fucking take it.
I love the line specifically. He's like, he's the illegitimate half-brother of the guy we actually care about.
Yeah. And Zachariah is being very callous about it, and Adam's like, so you lied to me? He's like, we didn't lie. We omitted certain truths to manipulate you.
So good.
Kurt Fuller is amazing. God, the more I think about it, as you watch later, you go, God, there's so great villains, all these great things.
Yeah.
You got to give props to Kurt Fuller for being like one of kind of like the anchor characters of, if you call the first 5 seasons the original run, kind of Supernatural. Him and Azazel are kind of like the big...
This is volume 1.
Yeah, they're like the big pillars of that. You needed Azazel at first, and then you need Zachariah as this other, like...
I mean, he's incredible. I also love, there's this moment where he balances basically, like...
Because he's also not necessarily... He's being callous, but he's not necessarily being cruel.
He knows how to be a boss, right? Where it's just like, hey, you give him a little bit, but then you're also like, I'm fucking in charge.
He's like, just sit here. Have a burger. Listen, we used you, but we need this.
Yeah.
It's like, we didn't have a choice. That's what he says. He goes, listen, kid, we didn't have a choice. Their one blind spot is family. Like, he's still being... Until
he like reaches a point where he's like, why am I...
Well, because Adam's like, I'm not going to let you do this. Blah, 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 blah. And then
he's just like,
and Zachariah's like, I'm hearing a lot of this, like doing the talking thing, but what I want to hear is this. And he just starts making him like vomit blood.
He's like,
that Zachariah move that we've seen before, right? He was like, I'll just give you fucking cancer or whatever.
Yeah. Like, I like it because it's like a moment where he's just like you're not my superior. It's like, why am I like kowtowing to you?
Again, he's doing everything but calling a mud monkey like Uriel did, essentially.
We then see Dean, who's awakens, handcuffed, and on the cot in the panic room.
Oh, started reading my fanfic.
Oh, sorry, wrong page. Yeah.
No, keep going.
Oh my God. Yeah. Then Reed comes in. Yeah. He's like, before you take Michael, take me.
Yeah. I'm gonna carve something else inside you.
Let me unsheath my angel blade.
What's the Enochian word for more? Deeper.
Jesus Christ. Sam sits nearby. And Dean says, word to the wise, don't piss off the nerd angels.
Yeah, I cut my hand and used my blood to draw an Enochian finishing symbol.
I shot my sigil across the room.
Yeah, open up, get ready for my grace. Jesus.
Jesus Christ. This green room is about to get white.
I mean,
okay. Sam breaks the bad news that the angels have Adam captive in the green room per Castiel's recon.
Yeah.
It's been heavily guarded. Making a rescue attempt is pretty much a shot in hell, sort of Hail Mary kind of thing.
Yeah.
So what are we going to do? Retrieve him? Of course.
Yes.
Sam releases Dean from the handcuffs, having decided against the opinions of both Bobby and Cass.
Well, yeah, Dean's like, are you sure this is a good idea? And he's like, nope.
Okay. He's like, he's like, I can't do this without you.
This is what I got.
This is the whole thing. It's a culmination of fucking 5 seasons where Sam's finally like, which is great because for the next 10 seasons, he's going to be like, oh, I understand that we just need to work together and they're never going to argue again.
Yeah, we're pretty much good at to put it in terms for our American listeners, we promise this is settled law.
Yes. Oh, God.
Yikes.
Because you feel like this is the moment where he's just like, I know that every time we try to do stuff alone, we can't do it. He's like, whenever we don't trust each other, that doesn't work. So he's just like, he's like, it's either a trap or they're going to try to force you to say yes. If it's not a trap, he's going to say yes anyways. And he declares fair warning. He says that but he says you won't.
Yeah. Sam is like, you might not have. I have faith in you.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, Sammy.
I know.
It's such a good Sam episode.
He's like, when push comes to shove, you'll make the right call.
if I ever lose my faith in you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just
Fucking
singing
Sting,
today.
baby. Yeah.
He's like, tables turned. He would and has let Sam rot in a panic room.
Yep.
Sam says he guesses he's not that smart. That he's just like, I guess I'm just not that smart. Like, it's heart-wrenching. He's like, but Dean.
Sam is basically like, you're not gonna like hurt my feelings out of me doing the right thing.
Yeah, he's like, I know who you are. He's like, I'm just gonna believe in you so hard that all you can do is the right thing.
Yeah, I've never been harder in my belief.
Yeah, I'm gonna believe so hard inside
my
of
belief
you.
is rock hard right now.
Feel it. It's throbbing with belief. He says because Dean wants to know Dean really wants to know why he's doing it, and Sam just says because you're still my big brother.
Yeah.
Oof. The mission begins.
Just remember, you need to go to a hospital if your belief stays hard for 4 hours or more.
Why is that Castiel saying that? I need the money. Is Gabriel here?
Don't ask stupid questions.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
The mission begins because Castiel zaps the boys to a derelict industrial property. And Dean says, where's the beautiful room? And Cass points to the neglected building.
Yeah, he's like, it's in there.
He's like, wait, hold on. The beautiful room is an abandoned muffler factory in Van Nuys, California. Yeah. He's like, Castiel is curious why he thought it would be anywhere else. And Dean says, I don't know, like maybe in Jupiter, a blade of grass, which I love that line.
Yeah.
He's like, but Van Nuys? Sam's is still unclear why Castiel can't just whoosh in and grab Adam, like they did in their fucking Bobby's house.
Yeah.
And Shazam the hell out of there.
Shazam!
Love that. Obviously, the DC character. Yeah. Because
I need the muscles of Sam.
Oh, here it is. Continue. H. H.
No, I'm out. He just gets Sam's muscles. That's it. It's just
worth it. Yeah. And Sam is still unclear why Castiel can't do that, but he says that there are at least 5 guards, 5 angels on guard, and their only chances if they go in first and clear them out.
Yeah.
Then the 2 of them can go in and grab Adam. But also Castiel removes his tie as he's saying this.
Right.
It's so fucking hot.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
He's just like, first of all, you're not gonna like this, but I am. Like,
yeah.
But Dean points out that taking on 5 angels is a suicide mission, and so hot.
Yeah.
Maybe it is. Cass replies, but then I won't have to watch you fail.
I mean,
sorry, Dean, but I don't have the same faith in you that Sam does.
Yeah.
Fuck. A tinge of regret passes over Dean.
But you gotta have faith.
So much singing today.
Baby!
Guess it would be nice if I could touch
your
Dean's body.
No, not everybody's
got a body like Dean.
Baby!
Castiel then pulls out a box cutter from his coat pocket.
Yeah.
Sam says, what the hell are you going to do with that? Castiel enters the darkened warehouse and sees a dilapidated shed in the center of it. Before he can reach the door, one of the angelic brethren accosts him from behind.
Yep. Ooh.
Castiel ducks the swipe of the angel blade and kills him with his own.
Just again, great, so badass. And then 4 other angels kind of show up and surround him. And
he's like, "What are you waiting for?"
Yeah, he's like, "Do it." And then Cass like rips open his shirt and he's carved the banishing sigil into himself.
Insane.
And hits it and they all kind of explode, dissipate.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Listening just outside the warehouse, the boys recognize the sound of angels being banished and they enter. He opens the door of the shed to find Adam doubled over in the corner of the beautiful room and quickly picks him up.
Yeah. He's like, we're going to get you out of here. And then Zachariah shows up. How did he not get banished? I guess we were supposed to. The room is some sort of barrier.
I also don't think he was there. I think he was waiting, like
Oh, okay.
And knows what's going on in that room. Maybe can see inside of it. And
right.
then pops in.
Right, then he shows up.
And he says, Dean, please, do you really think it was going to be that easy?
Yeah. And then we get this really great, he flings Sam across the room and all this kind of shit. He's like, you're going to say yes to me, boy. Like,
he's like, the one thing that I've learned from all my dealings with you is patience.
Yeah.
He's like, with a wave of his hand, Adam collapsed, starts throwing up blood profusely. And he explains, he's like, should have trusted the boss man and knows things would play out perfectly, stating that it's all as he said. And he's talking about Michael.
Yeah, he's like, Michael's seen it. This is it. You're going to say yes. And Dean says, like, call him.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. He's like, and he's like, what? And he's like, do I look like I'm lying? He's like, call him. Sam stares at Dean in shock and disappointment in his eyes as the room starts to shake.
And Dean starts saying, like, because you're dead. And he's like, how am I dead? And he goes like, oh, as soon as Michael's got what he wants, what are you good for? He's like, you're expendable. And Zachariah's like, Michael's not going to kill me. And Dean says, no, but I will. And stabs him through the head. And it's fucking great. It's amazing.
It's so fucking good.
And it's while, there's a kind of increasing.
Well, yeah, because Michael's coming.
Michael's coming. The sound, the light, all the angel, things. And, So, he kills Zachariah. We get the blown out wings, all that, like the awesome imagery, all that shit. They have to start escaping the room. So Dean grabs Sam and they start. He's like, Adam, come on, we got to get out of here. Sam and Dean make it out first. The door slams shut and Adam's stuck inside and the light increases and Dean can't get back in. It burns his hand when he tries to touch the door. And then eventually the light fades and Dean opens the door and like the room is just like an abandoned shack now. Like it's not the room anymore.
That's
and
right.
Adam is gone.
So this is the first time the guys have ever killed an angel.
Whoa. The first time they have.
Yeah.
Well, who killed Uriel?
I think Castiel did.
Oh.
They have never killed an angel.
Other angels have killed each other.
Yeah.
But this is the first time the boys have... Because, Dean has an angel blade. Yeah.
So, which is contradicts Uriel's statement of the only thing that can kill an angel is another angel.
Well, but that's... You could write that off as classic angel arrogance.
Yes.
How could a mud monkey get their hands on one of our blades kind of thing?
Yeah. It has also been implied that the cult can kill angels and several other weapons, and entities are revealed to do so as the series progresses. Yeah. But that's just angel arrogance. I think you're right.
Yeah.
But yeah, they try to go in and it's just an abandoned office. And Dean and Sam drive away and they discuss Adam and Cass, doubting either are okay.
Yeah.
They're determined that they're going to find them. Sam says he saw Dean's eyes, that he was totally ready to say yes and wants to know what made him change his mind, honestly. Dean answers, the damnedest thing. I mean, the world is ending. The walls are coming down on us. I look over to you, and all I could think was, that stupid son of a bitch brought me here. Yeah. He's like, I just didn't want to let you down. Sam says he's glad that he didn't.
Oh, great moment.
Dean also tenders an apology. As the big brother, he has always seen Sam as a snot-nosed kid. He's had to keep on the straight and narrow, but he's like, they both know that that's not him anymore. And he's grown. I mean, has he ever grown up? You've really grown up and come into a man. Why don't you come into another?
Wouldn't phrase it that way. Jesus, good Lord.
So
good Lord.
He says, so screw destiny and me.
Come on,
right in the face. I say we take the fight to them. Do it our way.
Yeah, Dean's back, baby.
That's right. Sam says, sounds good.
Yeah, time to fight like hell.
This is the end of the episode.
Amazing.
So good.
Great episode.
Oh my God, so good.
I love this episode. Yeah. I mean, we've talked about a lot of the pieces that, we love about this already. It's a great Sam episode. A truly amazing episode for Jared. Really strong performance. Getting Zachariah in there and getting the fucking satisfaction of seeing him dead.
Yeah.
All that kind of shit is so good. Great, fraught thing with Cass and Dean and what was kind of like being depressed last episode has festered into kind of anger with Cass, and I love seeing that side of him. That him beating the piss out of Dean and being like, "You weak motherfucker!" Like, all this kind of shit is so good. Adam, we're meeting Adam for the first time, and he's different than
but he also makes more sense as their brother.
He makes a lot more sense, but you also see them
because I think the last time I saw them, I was like, I don't know if I believe this.
Seems a little too sunny.
Yeah, but also just like because of that personality, his like look didn't make sense to me. But for some reason, like this makes more sense.
All of it plays so well. The lengths the angels will go to get Dean. The desperation of Michael and Zachariah is really showing. I love the angel violence in this. There's some great fights. Everything about this episode is spectacular. Really well executed, exciting, dramatic. It feels like we're near the end of this season. Stuff's hitting the fan. This one's a 5 for me. I would give this 5 pink slips.
Whoa. I think that some of the best performances of this season are in this episode.
Absolutely.
Like, holy shit. I mean, Kurt Fuller, we didn't realize how good of a thing we had. Like, he was too good for this. Like,
totally. I mean, you could have thrown him in season 12, theoretically, and he would have been a great, the scale at which he's operating as like a seasoned villain kind of thing is awesome.
He's incredible. He so represents like that like white boomer like corporate guy, like
the sort of callous of like, well, we got to do it. Out of my hands.
It's like so much privilege, like so much fucking like bravado, and like, but also like immediately becomes a sniveling like bitch when like his superiors are involved.
Oh yeah, totally.
Like, I love that where it's all bravado until any amount of power is shown above him.
It's amazing.
Jared fucking knocking it out of the fucking park.
So good.
The writing of this really feels like this was like the end of a series. Like, it feels we finally learned our lessons.
Yes. Oh, and that's totally it. We're basically moving to the end of the series because that was
the idea.
That's what they thought. That was it.
So like,
that's why the apocalypse is in season 5.
Yes.
We have 10 more seasons after the apocalypse. Put that in perspective.
Insane. In the first third of the series, they do the deal with the apocalypse. But like Jensen is suddenly being like the Jared in this. Like he's like Dean is acting very much like Sam being like, no, like I have to do the bad thing because it's the only option.
It's all so good.
Bobby is incredible in
Bobby's
this.
Great.
Castiel is fucking like, Jesus.
Yeah.
Like, just kicking ass. Like, feels like an action hero in this episode.
We're getting the soldier again. Right? He's like, fuck it, I'll do it myself.
I'll do the thing. I'll be the soldier. He it's just like so well performing, and I love the guy who plays Adam. Like he does. It makes so much sense that this is their brother. Like, I totally get that now. Totally. It feels like completely believable in this, but also like he is like the writing is so justified. Like, it's like, why would he believe them? Why wouldn't you believe in angels? Like, we've had like at least 3 seasons to figure this out. Like, they don't have any of that. Like, he's just like finding all of his information, and all he knows is, I've been told I get to see my mom again, the one thing that I want. Like, why wouldn't I do this this way? And he is the boys without the like the childhood that they've had. For better and for worse.
And without that insistence on, you
do the right thing, you save people,
and it's family, right? I mean, he cares about his mom,
sure, but he hasn't been.
But it's not like a mantra ingrained in him. He's just like a good kid that cares about his mom.
Totally.
But,
So I mean, I'm also gonna give this 5 out of a possible 5. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Hell yeah. Yeah, baby.
Those are our reviews for this episode. But before we leave you, we've got a note from a fellow hunter.
All right.
From Allie, who says, "Hi guys, just wanted to start by saying I love your podcast.
Aww.
And it is the only supernatural podcast worth listening to."
Oh, that's very sweet.
Goddamn right.
Yeah.
You have a little bit more faith.
Ooh.
I've spent the last 18 years working in behavioral health, and a lot of that as behavioral health tech, a BHT. I can figure that out.
Easy. So defensive.
Similar to the orderlies in that episode.
Sure.
So we are talking obviously about the episode where Sam interrupted.
Right.
So I have never worked at a high-risk state facility, but in multiple psychiatric units in multiple states. The episode could never happen, and I will give you a few reasons why.
Sure, yeah. Let's hear it.
1. All the patients are monitored every 15 minutes by a BHT. From the moment that they enter BHT.
Wow.
Pretty hot thing. From the moment they enter the unit, they have found a round sheet where the BHT marks where they are and what they are doing / mood every 15 minutes all day long.
Wow.
At night, they make sure they are in their room and asleep.
Right.
Number 2, patients' doors do not lock. Patients can leave at any time from their room, which is interesting.
Sure.
Number 3, if a patient screams or makes a loud noise, techs will immediately be there, not just to make sure the patient is okay, but also to make sure that they don't wake the rest of the unit. Psych unit patients hate to be woken up, and as I said, the door doesn't lock, so they can easily come get revenge on whoever woke them up. Jeez.
Jesus,
and that makes more work for the techs.
Sure, fair enough.
Number 4, a patient that is deemed unsafe, suicidal, or homicidal would have a one-on-one assigned, or a 1-to-1 assigned to them. I'm assuming just like a person dedicated to them.
Yeah.
A tech that will follow the patient at arm's length anywhere they go, including the bathroom, shower, and while they sleep.
Wow.
5, patients rarely complete suicide in modern hospitals. There are too many safety checks in place. One suicide alone can close a hospital.
Wow.
So that many and they would have been shut down. Right. Oh, okay.
Right.
So as many as they have had.
Because there were like 5 or 6 of
Yeah.
too many, yeah.
We had one attempt at a facility and had people there for over a year assessing what went wrong.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, that's reassuring.
And many people were fired.
Yeah, sure.
I could go on, but I know you are busy. We're in the middle of a podcast. Thanks for interrupting. Thanks for all you do.
Thanks for Sam interrupting.
Hey, thanks for all you do. We all need the break from reality and a good laugh from right now, especially those of us in the U.S. Your wayward sister, Allie.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much. What a lovely note.
I love the professional
yeah. Yeah, thank all of you with advanced degrees and specific skill sets for slumming it with us every week.
Love that.
Yeah, that's cool.
I love getting a peek behind the curtain of the realities behind these actual
things.
Things.
Yeah.
So good. So if you want to continue this conversation online, you can jump on our Discord channel.
That's right. Patreon.com/Ghostfacers. It's only $1 a month, and it gives you access to Angel Radio, our awesome community Discord server. So much fun over there. Lots of great conversations about the show, about other things. We're getting to know each other. It's a really fun time, and it helps to support us.
That's right. And if you want to be like Allie, why not be like Allie? And send us an email telling us your thoughts about a previous or future episode that's coming up. Maybe you have an expertise in something that you want to enlighten us the reality of the situation.
That's right.
Or you just want to talk to us about the show. You can send us an email to ghostfacerspodcast@gmail.com or reach out to us through our various social media platforms.
That's right. We are at GhostfacersPod on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Also, don't forget to subscribe in whatever platform you get the podcast in every single week. That helps us out. And if you want to help us out, why don't you also give us 5-star review and we will read it on a future episode of the show.
Baby.
That's right. And maybe if we get a few more 5-star reviews, we'll think about giving you some extra content on the Patreon.
Oh, baby.
I don't know. Maybe I'll come up with a number for that. Maybe we have to hit something specific.
Yeah. You're famously good about keeping your word about those things.
This is not that podcast.
Sorry.
That's how this podcast exists.
Sorry.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Also, if you want merch, maybe I'll make a whoop, 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 whoop shirt.
And people would be like, wow, what a celebratory shirt you're wearing.
Wow, it's so supernatural.
Yeah, it'll be a white shirt with black text. Whoop, 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 whoop. Or can you make one of those ones that's whoop and whoop
And whoop. That's
and whoop.
God, now you just made a good idea.
Well, you know.
You could buy those shirts at ghostfacerspodcaststore.com. There's also like various things that aren't shirts. Like there's sweaters. There are like crop tops that say lore whore.
Yeah, wear that to work.
Yeah, appropriate.
Wear it to a funeral.
More appropriate.
Do you know what? If you send in a picture of you wearing a lore whore shirt at a funeral, we will immediately add another tier to the Patreon.
I can't disagree with that
Yeah.
statement. I don't care if it's even a funeral that you were invited to.
Yeah, just go to one.
Yeah.
Yeah. People are saying Coffin Flop's not a show.
Also, if you like what we do here, you might enjoy what we do on our other podcast.
That's right. The Dr. DC podcast. We talk about the weird and wonderful world of DC Comics. We answer listener questions. If you like how we talk about the lore of things over here, you might enjoy how we talk about superheroes and stuff like that over there.
Very relatable content.
That's right, baby.
Say goodbye, bitch.
This was a Brain Freeze podcast.